quick. That was pretty solid down low.
Welcome back to Speed House, guys. Today we are working on N54 doing turbos. Here's our stock turbo, and what you're here to see right here is Franken F54 big freaking turbos. They have another name, but we're going to say freaking for charity reasons. As you can tell, they are much larger than these little bitty stock turbos. So if you don't know, stock twins are really only good for, let's say, with a custom tune, with your tuner giving you all you can get. You might be able to crack 500 wheel, but it's going to be extremely unlikely on stock twins, no matter what you do minus nitrous. So on these F54 Franken turbos, with a full model list, with fueling and all the extra stuff to go with it, you should be able to make over 700 wheel with twins. It's a lot more friendly. It's like $2,800 for the full kit. You're going to be under $3,000 in your full kit. You're going to have normal labor as doing twins, minus a couple extra steps, but realistically, it's cheaper, it's more price friendly, there's not near as much other stuff to go with it. You just put these twins in and you're ready to go. You can leave it like that, or you can do a full build like we're going to do with this car here. So 700 wheel versus maybe cracking 5 with twins, which is unlikely. These twins were going out. They weren't even making them but like 12 pounds of boost, so much better upgrade over twins. Let's get started. We've already got the old turbos out. Now we're gonna start putting the new turbos in. All right, so we're underneath the car and we just got done pulling the turbos out, and you can see that there's a lot of room up here to play with. But I believe, due to the instructions on these big giant turbos, we're actually gonna have to come in here and shave part of the block, but that'll be okay. We pulled the subframe. Most of y'all probably gonna pull the subframe, but you know, sometimes you can make it easier if you have the time and have the room to pull it. Pull the subframe, it'll help you in the long run. But that's the empty hole, so let's start putting the new ones back in. I could be here a while. Turbo number 2. Now I gotta put all the hardware up in there, get all this turbo stuff tightened down. Hopefully, sooner or later, we'll get to start this thing.
Okay, so we do not have a tune yet, but everything else is done. Everything's put back together. We're gonna do a first start just to make sure there's no leaks. We put coolant in it, put oil in it. I think we're ready.
Almost like I have the key. It'll be ready.
Oh my God.
Now we're ready. Alright, so we currently are unplugging all the coil packs to prime the turbos. I know a lot of y'all are going to hate me for not like doing it in the fuel system. Well, I'm not worried about washing out the cylinders. We're only going to run it for like 15 seconds. It's not going to hurt nothing. A little bit of fuel spray, it'll be okay. As long as we don't have spark, it won't fire over, won't put any exhaust gases in the turbos. So we'll get them primed and we'll fire it again after that. I kept waiting for it to start.
I know, me too.
That's right. Cool. Now time to start. F54 Franken, big freaking turbos, first fire up. Maybe we'll hear the turbos. Fingers crossed. Power steering. I did the power steering on this, so it sucked it all down.
She sounds good.
Sounds good, sounds healthy. I already filled this up before we started it. There we go, noise went away. It's full now. Well, nothing's leaking. It's all a success. You always got checks. You never know when something's gonna get a little loose. I'll put some shields back on and I guess we'll go for a drive.
Got a lot of turbos full. That's crazy for twins.
That's nuts. Sounds like a N63 or something now. That's wild. Alright guys, today we just got finished with the F54 big freaking turbos from Franken Turbo, and today is our first drive, get some tuning in, get some logs put in this car. So if you don't know, these are the biggest turbos you can possibly buy for factory position twins on N54 car. They're super loud, they make really good boosts. I say this is our first drive. I went around the block once and it made 18 right off the bat. So that was better than stock. Stock turbos were shot, they weren't even making over 12. So today should be a good day to go make some good rips. What's going on? Oh God. Okay.
Gage daily drives a big turbo, big single 335i, so he has a pretty good idea of what this would be like compared to it.
Right, but you gotta remember this is a base map, so how much timing and fueling is gonna be in this map? It's probably not a whole lot. So, but it'll just give us a baseline. You see like stock turbo versus just a baseline on these. Turn up though, I think this car will probably put any big single up, you know, it'll give it a run for no doubt. But we'll give her a little beans and see what she's got.
Oh yeah. First gear feels good and that wasn't even anything. Oh, was it?
That was second, yeah. We just rolled into second there.
Oh, no
crap.
way. Oh yeah, she's quick.
That was pretty solid down low. Third gear felt good. There's a cop. It's high control. Oh my God. I let off. I'm so glad I let off. That could have been bad.
That's the worst part. I can't speak. Worst part about doing vlogs on the street.
Yeah.
Literally, the first one we try and do. Cop.
You gotta be safe, you know. You're trying to get wide open areas, but it seems like when you get a wide open area, there's a cop sitting there, you know? It's awful.
It felt good though.
It did, it felt good. Second gear though, we hit second. She just let it rip. I mean, she feels good. She feels a whole lot healthier than she did on those stock twins. So that's 17 pounds is a lot different than the 17 pounds on a stock setup. You know, bigger turbos, the same boost is same PSI is not the same. You have a whole lot more volume when you go bigger turbos, so you can make a lot more power with the same amount of PSI. So like 18 pounds in stock and 18 pounds on this, it's probably, you know, could be another 50 to 100 horsepower difference just on how much volume it's actually flowing. So everything that's been done in this car, obviously the big freaking turbos from Franken. We have a 7.5 inch intercooler on the front. We have upgraded charge pipe, which obviously I hope all of y'all have. We have VRSF downpipes, VRSF exhaust, race exhaust with a resonator in it. And we have a stage 3 fuel pump in the tank, which is a 450 for a primary and a 525 for a secondary. 525 is not hooked up. We're not on port yet. We're on the straight E90, straight 91. So until we go to port and stuff like that, we'll just be using a 450 primary pump. But other than that, it's a super simple setup. Nothing crazy, just bolt-ons plus big freaking turbos. So as we tune it, if it continues, it's going to be a heck of a torque curve on this car.